I need to figure out why it doesn't show up on my screen. It was still on the 31 seconds left countdown, and then I hear Steam, and I'm like, okay.
Windows update. Windows update.
It's been doing this since like episode 20.
Maybe it's your browser. What browser are you using?
Chrome. Why are you telling us 80 episodes later?
Yeah.
I've said it constantly
that hasn't worked, but damn, it's like, I mean, I'm using Chrome only for these. I don't use Chrome normally, but when I do, it's only for Talk Studio.
Okay.
And that's it.
I use it for YouTube uploading, and that's about it. Or
sometimes it does load up a little bit better. So
I use Chrome
with a VPN for reasons.
Also, no spoilers for live action Lilo and Stitch. Why would you care about spoilers?
Yeah.
Spoilers. 80% of it is rewritten. So
spoilers gone to isn't in it where that's official.
Yep.
Coward.
Spoilers. Ohana does not mean family sticks together.
Yeah. Actually, just go on Apple TV Plus and go watch Fountain of Youth, because that was actually a better Uncharted film than Sony's Uncharted film, and it was better than the last 2 Indiana Jones and the last 3 Tomb Raider films.
You know, I was morbidly curious because I honestly don't care about these Disney live action remakes whatsoever. So I just go ahead and get myself spoiled on it because I'm just like, I'm not going to watch it anyway. Let me find out what they changed. Then I found out what they did with the ending of Lilo and Stitch, and I was just like, y'all forgot the message of the fucking movie. Okay. All right. This is
next 962. I don't think I can repeat it on chat, but I don't remember that scene from Lilo and Stitch.
It was in the trailer, then they took it out.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a scene. Yeah, there was a scene where they didn't take it out. They changed it from them being an airplane into like a more spaceship design.
Oh,
that's what I heard. I've actually never seen Lilo and Stitch, so I don't know.
What? You've never seen the?
No.
It wasn't his demographic. It was too old. It came out.
Yeah.
It came out 2002, and you were like what, in your late teens?
Sophomore. No, 16. Okay. Sophomore in high school.
Yeah, so even then, that doesn't sound like it would be a movie that was like up your alley. Anyway, I didn't check out Lilo and Stitch until after the fact. Anyway,
you don't realize 2002 is when we were starting to get comic book movies. Sam Raimi, Spider-Man, X-Men.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we were getting
even I still saw it, and I was 12. It's just
that makes sense though, because you're not a teenager yet.
No, it's killing one, but yeah.
You hit a certain age, you don't go see Disney movies. Plus, why am I going to 16-year-old homies? You want to go see Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
And partake in what we were talking about before we started the stream.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to consume that drink again, though. But
you should get on my level. Then you can get a sponsorship. And then you make money.
Yeah, that would be weird. Like I got too chill. I couldn't know. I know no chill. And then when my body was just like, "We trying to chill you," I got paranoid, and I was like, "Nah."
I had mine while we were waiting for the countdown. I was like, "Oh, I might as well. Since we're talking about it, enhance it." They're performance enhancing drinks. I'm just saying. I crack one open before work sometimes.
Obviously, in the news medium, when it comes to Tokusatsu, it's been kind of a dry spell recently. The last couple of weeks in general, there's been some mixtures in there.
Yeah,
At least from the main things people care about. Mark,
You're telling me it's a dry spell, but you ain't moist and ain't dripping water with that ROM final form? That's still over.
I mean, we're going to talk about that, but that's just the poster.
That's good news. I count as news.
I mean, that's still something that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, but no, I was looking for news too. There's not really much because isn't it like one of the holidays right now? Like Golden Week does happen, I think, right?
I think it is maybe schoolish holiday. I know Golden Week has happened, or Children's Day is coming up in Japan. No, that was May 5th. That was ages ago because that's like Luffy's birthday.
Yeah, because last week the only thing we really had was just a poster. That was, for the most part, it. Which is why I was just like, you know what, there's no point in even streaming. I'm just going to continue working on my Fies cosplay, which I had to restart on some other things. I'm on my third helmet now, trying to fix things up. But this whole week reprinting out the helmet. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in terms of that front. But yeah, outside of that, like I'm gonna get back to content eventually once I'm done with this. Not like there's a script for Gavu that's currently in the works that I'm currently like, all right, this is a lot of text already. Recaps, because there's still like 5 more episodes I gotta cover in this one. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, since we were talking about the Lamb suit and its reveal in the post, which once again, I don't know why like they dropped this poster and then they haven't even teased this form at all in the show.
Yeah. I figured the most recent episode was kind of our tease.
But even then, it's still
like I figured like I subtly talked about it, not really in my review, but in my short I did and everything else. Like, so when you think about the long-term storytelling for the suit, it's there, even though we haven't had it yet. Like, because you have to say it backtracks all the way to Dente being able to make his own ROM driver for Hanto, and then also being able to make the gachapod. So we know he knows how to make gimmicks and stuff like that. But then also in the most recent episode, when we go over it, what happened to Rom's driver, but also what he went to Dente for. So I was like, all right, the seeds are all there that, you know, he's going to get the form, but it's like, it is kind of like one of those things where it's like, he kind of got phased out on being powerful for a while. Like, because he was like OP, and then it was like, nah, you're not anymore.
Well, you know what I've been feeling like these last set of episodes is that none of these power-ups really feel earned. They kind of just have been thrown in there.
I disagree.
Okay, you tell me.
The amount of diabetes Shoma has developed, as well as his calorie intake, he is now a POC, a person of calories. Okay,
that's the second time. The first time, look, okay, so Dente goes ahead and makes this empty bottle that's nothing in there, and within the same episodes, the Gochizos figure out, hey, we can just go in there, and then he just bam, got it.
But
and then 100 Gochi side.
I get that standpoint.
Frappe didn't feel earned either.
Frappe, listen.
No, this is why Frappe does not feel earned. Because once again,
frap with your friend. You never had a frap with your friend?
You don't frap with the boys?
No, but this was the problem. How is Shoma suddenly capable of producing a Gochizo that's compatible with a system that's not his?
1 frap, 2 straws?
Yeah, still, it doesn't make any sense. Logistically, within the context of the show, it doesn't make sense on how he was able to just shoot out a Gochizo that is magically compatible with that system.
His friendship, what you didn't see before that was their belly buttons touched, and then they're friends.
But Shoma doesn't have a belly button; he's got a Gavu with
exactly.
But in this instance as well, when it comes to over and master, it's once again, it kind of just comes up. There wasn't even technically a proper need for the power up to begin with. It's like Dente was just trying to leave something for Shoma. It's like sorbet all over again. Like the last form that felt completely earned, completely set up for was caking. Ever since then, these guys have just been popping up forms like it's like they're just trying to sell toys.
The over mode, like, because the form itself and him getting it, I can see how it feels like it would be rushed. But the real story is the build up to him earning master mode, because like they've already showed all that power. You don't know how to focus it. The fact that because it's Longo involved and everything else, like he's letting his like emotions and he's not thinking clearly with his fighting style and this and that. So it's like when he gets to master mode, I think that's earned. Also, I don't want the whole Dente making the Gashapod as his last gift and this and that. I don't even want to talk about that after that bait and switch we got, that swerve.
Where we thought he died, and then the next episode it's just like, I was just sleeping.
He was taking a nap, and then he ate a pudding cup and the spoon, and I was like, even the spoon? Like, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, no, I was just like, he's alive, but I don't like the fact that you guys like played up the bit last episode.
This is the first. My review was the first time I was like, I don't want to say overly negative, but it's one of my few reviews where I had a good amount of negative things to say, just because of it's like you pull the trigger on it. Okay, you literally showed kids getting kidnapped, parents getting kidnapped, parents dying, this and that, and Dente. That's dope. He's got to stay alive long enough to help Rom get a final form, possibly. Because I don't know if he makes the gimmick or not.
That's another thing is just the fact that we know that Dente stated before that he doesn't know how Nier was able to make his own Gochizos because he wasn't able to replicate it. Even with the bottle for over a master, he didn't fill it. It was empty.
Yeah. Or when he made Hontos and he gave him an empty cup.
Yeah. And that's why, hilarious. Conveniently, Shoma was able to crank one out, a 2-for-1 special, one that works for his that he hasn't used yet, and one that works for Honto's.
At least Honto used the top part in the
Valen Buster,
which I thought was pretty cool, but I was just like, you show it literally on the box for the gimmick and the snap that it goes in the, but I don't think it's going to actually be ever used in the Gabu unit. So
yeah, they just showed it in the toy that it can be used.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's going to use it, massive doubt.
Yeah. Also, I was wondering, because it is, Longo in his, granite form. How do they go from like streetwear to armor? Like when they just change from a human, do they like pick it? Like how do they? Because he's not that bulky when you see him in his granite form in a suit. He's not that bulky, and then he just like instantly does like Master Roshi like hulked up, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Glota. Where's she hiding that can in that dress?
I volunteer to figure out that and do the research.
And even when we got like the flashbacks to like Dente working on Shoma when he was just rocking the suit, like it's literally just guy in suit with Granute face. That's it, and that's how we see Granutes with clothes. But it's like there's some sort of like pocket dimension that's inside Granute clothing that just conceals all of that. Is probably how it works.
I'll figure it out. I'll have a Google slide presentation ready by next week.
Okay, you can have that as my birthday present.
I already got the images saved on my computer for it, so just gotta add some words to it.
Yeah, because next week's stream actually does fall exactly on my birthday, so.
Oh, nice.
Birthday stream.
We're all gonna eat red velvet cake.
I'd chime in.
Well, now that red dye has been banned from foods, red velvet's not gonna taste the same ever again.
I bought up all the red velvet cake mix boxes, so I'm
good. So you got that artificial flavor in bed. Yep. I ain't eating it though, because keto. So all right. So yeah,
that thing looks bulky on. It's like it's almost hitting his chest piece. I don't know if it's the way he's standing and like the angle of it, but it looks like it's like just about to hit the chest piece.
it is obnoxiously tall, and I feel that the action version of the belt's probably gonna be hilariously like altered, probably very flat. But also, I like how the majority, like their final forms, all have like pointy ears.
Someone tried to tell me in a comment that his ears for his final form are apple slices, and I guess I could kind of see that, but I don't think it is. I'm just saying, I don't think it's apple slices.
See it being either that.
Who has apples
mango.
in a parfait? Who has apples in a parfait?
Japan.
Like, berries. That's a good point. Like, you want berries in it. You want some raspberries, maybe some blueberries, maybe some mechanical keyboard typing. I don't know.
I mean, it definitely seems very angelic. I would say that the thing that I don't like is, once again, the feet, especially since there's just a drawing of the thing, like, right there.
I still don't like the shoes, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, no, I don't get why they keep
the clogs.
Why they keep keeping these shoes.
Like,
yeah, it's pudding with the cherry on top. You got that cherry.
it is neat though. I do. Outside of the jelly form, because I don't really care for like all that pink two-tone. Like in the base form suit, I like the helmet, but the base form kind of grew on me. But like this, I was like, why didn't he have this color scheme to begin with? Like,
Yeah, the color scheming on this definitely is a lot more complimentary and works out much better than the other forms. Plus, I actually like the helmet design to this one, unlike the other two.
yes. I don't like his pudding helmet is cool because I like kind of like the headphone styles with the spoons and stuff. That's cool. I don't really care for the jelly one. This one is like this might be one of the best helmets in the whole entire series for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I like the final forms of Gavu, I don't really like the helmets on them. But this one's up there with Blizzard Sorbet for helmets, and then Chocold for Valen.
No, this one I like as well. Like, I think because this was this spoiled or leaked by anyone, by any chance?
It's an official poster.
Yeah, but did this just randomly drop? Was this like leaked by any leakers beforehand?
Yeah, I didn't see any leaks. I don't really actively look for leaks.
I know people were just talking about that he was going to get a final form, but since I don't patrol the spoiler threads anymore, like I didn't see whether or not this was like something that someone had drawn ahead of time just to get ready for all this.
Well. I don't. I like it. I think it looks cool. I like the Sora and I with the pudding cup in the middle. The silver looks cool. The silver and the orange looks cool. I like that. I think that
that's some good color symmetry that you have there. Because of course it's like you've got the little gold bars on the side that of course works with the yellow. That just makes it pop a lot more.
And it's kind of a weird reference because Kirame Silver had that orange and silver scheme going on with him.
So according to the chat, there was apparently some drawings made of this leaked ahead of time.
Well, I didn't see it.
I love how the drawings are always like colored pencil and crayons, and it's like, okay.
I mean, they can't censor a drawing.
Yeah, that's true. You can't strike a drawing because if they strike a drawing, then that means it's real.
Yeah, because it's different when you leak a poster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the infamous Boom Boomger poster. So.
Yeah. I don't know if you want those knees now to see it zoomed out more. I don't know.
And which one was the infamous Boom Boomger poster? Was that the
no, the one when we finally got the suits for Boom Boomger, because
when the stripes were across it with
there were stripes around it, and someone put like the leaker's name on there.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, that's the one. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, that would definitely get some folks in trouble.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I remember because like the timeline's a mess when it comes to leaks and stuff like that for me.
Now, one thing I got to mention about this latest episode, however, is I did not expect Lango to be Noctis of Final Fantasy 15 fame, given how this man was fighting. Because that was some Kingdom Hearts-esque moveset.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen the clip floating around
That
online.
aura. His aura.
Yes.
He henchioned Shoma and launched him out of a plane. And I was like, so he has barrier generation, auto parry, shields, and that badass sword. I was like, all right, you know what? Like, and then I saw the preview for this weekend. I was like, nah, he ain't losing after we ain't just getting 2 episodes of this, and then he's gone. Like, I'm gonna be pissed because that man.
I mean, apparently he is going to get defeated this next episode, but I'm just hoping it's just defeated and not like he's dead. Because it's like, nah, ain't no way you're going to produce. No. He's more OP than Glodza, and then she gets to like, you know, survive the boat. It's fuck no.
He'd even need to go into granite form, honestly. I feel like he just did that to flex because he launched Shoma in overmode just by going, oh, I'll transform. And I'm like, damn. I was like, the way Shoma's gonna beat him is if, you know, like an android, like there's like, I was like, it's gonna be master mode, but I was like, man, I want to see him get his ass beat one more time though, like just one more time, because he wasn't doing nothing. He was just like, and then the red aura, and then I was like, I rewatched the fight like 3 times. I was like, this is so good. He took the freaking overmode punch, and then they went into that cool camera first person view mode, and I was like, ooh, I appreciate that. That was a nice touch. Yeah, no, that fight good.
That's honestly got to be up there as one of my favorite fights of the show. Just in the way that it was just done, because the power was there. It's just like now you know why he was like final boss status. But then it makes me wonder how that fight with the president's gonna go, because we know the president is much stronger.
When he had him on the ground and was leaning down with the sword, talking shit, and the plane flew over head behind him, I was like, that's one of the thumbnails, because I do the YouTube like 3 thumbnail thing, and I was like, that's one of the thumbnails right there, because that is just, it's too good. I was like, they need to run that fight again.
Well, here's hoping.
I don't know.
The thing is, was like, yeah, we know where he's gonna get defeated next episode. That's just the way that they do these things. I do wish
they showed it in the preview. Basically, they showed it basically in the preview.
That we would get something where it's like, well, let's go with stronger form, and then I still would want, like, I would like to see the day where someone debuts their final form and still gets beat in their debut of their final form. Like, hey, I just got new form. Get dead. Like, you just got beat. This is your new form. Okay, bet.
It would honestly make sense in
because they don't know how to control it.
Yeah, it could happen in this one because even, you know, Lango said he's like, you know, all that power and you don't know how to control it. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, what if he gets master mode and he still messes up and doesn't win instantly? Because I was like, I also feel like that part is going to be the end of this weekend's episode, not in the beginning. So it's like, because, yeah.
While looking around in the spoiler thread real quick, just to see if there was anything at a glance that I missed, there was some episode summaries for like what's coming afterwards, and it seems like right after this episode, it's back to like, tonal whiplash. We gotta help a kid with his problem, that type of thing. And it's like, I kind of hate when we keep getting shit like that, especially when we are so close to the end. Like we're near the final stretch now.
Yeah, like my negative thing was like, I watched the whole entire episode obviously this week, but even in my review, I was like, listen, the whole helping out friends and doing stuff, that's cool. In the beginning, it's nice to show kind of like that little slice of life where they're still trying to do things normal and this going on, but I was like, I don't care about this right now. I was like, I watched it, but I wanted to fast forward to anything Granute related and then fighting. I didn't care about UMA and making t-shirts and going shop. I didn't care about any of that. I wanted the second half of the episode more.
Look, especially since they have gotten to pretty much a high stakes game where they've got to meet a quota of so many humans that they got to get. Million. And the thing is just like, all right, you're making cruises disappear, folks, planes. It's just like, y'all got to go outside Japan because they already got a population problem. So maybe if y'all just go elsewhere in the world.
Not the population problem. I was like, If their problem is Gavu, the Granite Hunters, like, and you can open these doors to the human world, I was like,
Anywhere.
why don't you open a door to like Alaska or like somewhere no one like cares, like where there's no technology, no one to take photos and talk about it. Like, why are you?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I said on the stream on Sunday. I was just like, maybe they should go to like Nebraska. Like, who's in Nebraska? I don't know anybody in Nebraska. Doubt anybody watching the stream right now is from Nebraska. Just go get Nebraska.
But then all the dark confections are going to taste like corn.
There's corn in Nebraska?
Candy corn. I don't fucking know. Sounds about right in my head.
I don't think so.
Let me Google. Is there corn in Nebraska?
I swear there is. I might have heard it. Like maybe they said it on Big Bang Theory. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is there corn in Nebraska? Yes, Nebraska is a major corn producing state. Mark knows things.
Yeah, it's okay. We can do without popcorn for a while.
Each year, Nebraska farmers produce well over 1 billion bushels of high quality corn. So that's more than 10 million. That's more than 10 million humans for confections. I'm just saying. And if
is that a Sling Blade reference in the chat?
I think that was a Secret Window, wasn't it? When he had the cornfield with Johnny Depp. I don't know.
But yeah, given how high stakes they have been absorbing or just taking in humans, it's like, all right, so we're going to go from that kind of high levels of quota that they're trying to get to, we got to solve someone else's everyday problems. Unless they literally wrap up that plot point next episode, and that would be, I don't know.
You know what I'm shocked hasn't been, because, well, you don't really do social media, ZL, as much on like, Twitter, X, or whatever we want to call it this week. I'm surprised people aren't losing their shit over the whole everything Rocky has said about Sashika, because I was like, oh, people are gonna, I even brought my, like, people are gonna start shipping this if they haven't already. And I like how Hanto, even though he's chill with him, he's still like, no, it's not the same as Shoma. Like, remember how this feels, bitch. And I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Like, yeah, the longer he conceals the stuff, then the harder it's gonna hit. But at the same time, just like, but he hasn't properly had that kind of relationship with Sachika, so I don't know. It's like my headcanon. It's like if Sachika's gonna end up with anybody in the show, like Shoma, technically, like they got that chemistry.
Yeah, but that's all that friendship thing where he's learning what friendship is.
Yeah, but how many times now has she gone down on Shoma waiting for something to just pop out that Gavu? Like 3 times already. So, completely. I think Hanto's only been down there once. So, Sachika's got him beat.
Candy bar then. He's a king-size Butterfinger. Never mind. That's not a goat cheese, though. Wait, he hasn't eaten any candy bars.
Who?
Shoma. If he's doing snacks, I just realized he didn't have the matcha Kit Kats, the strawberry and cream Kit Kats. Like, he's eating all these snacks. He's not eating, like, do they not want to pay the licensing to get, like, name brand stuff? Like, Kit Kat, like, they don't pay Hershey or Nestle?
I mean, that's another thing that confused me when they were having him gorge on food, because some of it was just regular ass food. It wasn't even like the usual candy fare. It was just like, hey, we're gonna make you fucking waffles and shit like that. And it's just like, great, cool.
Well, sweet and savory, great. I think he just needed some sustenance in between, some carbs in the snack instead of just straight up candy. Also, I don't like how in a span of like 24 hours he created and murdered 200 Gochizos, and then magically in this episode he was up to like almost 400. And I was like, sir, because we know not every bite produces a Gochizo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I was trying to do the count last week, not the week that this current episode that just aired. The one before that, I was trying to do a calorie count because I was like, all right, one portion size on most snacks and candies, especially like because candy portion sizes are for calories are different than like if you're eating like chicken and rice and stuff like that. So I figured minimum 185 to 350 calories per portion size. And then I was sitting there like, well, if you made 100 Gochizos and each one was big, I was like, dude, this man's putting down 30K calories. in 24 hours, and that's if every bite gave a Gochizo. So I was in there just like, damn. I was like,
what's the amount that the Rock consumes on a daily basis?
When he's in heavyweight training and this and that, I think he puts up like 6 or 7. Yeah. The most I've done is like 3K. Like, and that's when I was like actively working, like soccer, running tons of miles, and I'm putting down 2 pounds of pasta with just butter on it.
Well, there's been no poster for Go's Yuger, but Go's Yuger still be hitting.
I know,
but even then, like since we didn't have so did you at least like not this past week's episode, but the week before last episode, the Gao Ranger one? No, you needs to watch it. That is the greatest episode.
Oh wait! Oh, that was great. That was great.
All I saw
spaced out. I jumped back in the conversation.
Images, people showing of like, I guess was it Car Ranger, the one that was turbo and the States.
Yeah, that was this latest episode. Yes.
Why did they just got slacks on and a coat? I was like a jacket and some slacks over this. I'm like, what is this? I was like,
yep.
Cool.
They went full delinquent mode at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but the week before that one with the Gao Ranger, that was great. That was a really great 2-parter episode.
It was.
Yeah, I gotta catch up. I'm gonna be not this weekend. Next weekend, I'm probably just gonna binge everything because I'm only like 4 episodes behind now.
Yeah, the thing is, I haven't seen Gao Ranger. The only thing of Gao Ranger that I've ever seen has just been Gao Ranger versus the Super Sentai back in the day, and that's it.
I've just
seen
Is
Gao Ranger the one that was Wild Force.
Yeah.
The one I've seen, I don't know if I want to spoil like a 20-plus-year-old Sentai, but there's like a certain moment in the show that I've seen a lot circulating online with what happens to like the team, and they compare it to what happens in Power Rangers. I'll just say that much.
I started Gao Ranger, I think last year, and I got like 15, 16 episodes in, and I was like, I'll finish this, and then I never did.
But yeah, no. Essentially, the like Zeronos' actor just can't catch a break. He's always got woman problems.
We checked it.
The guy that was playing the Gao Red for this one. It was played by Zeronos from Deno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so his actor apparently just can't catch a break, and anytime he appears, he's got girl problems. Because apparently this happened in an Ultraman that he was in as well.
Oh, okay, that's kind of funny.
Like that's just his typecast now.
Jeez.
It's just like, all right, so you're gonna be in the show. So we're gonna give you a girlfriend, and she's either dying or about to die, or you're about to lose her forever. It's like, great. I know the assignment. I do it every time. And that's it. But I actually do like the fact that we've been getting like physical suits for the mecha. Because I was expecting like CG galore with a lot of these returning mechas. But yeah, no, they can still just come back. I forget what the actor's name is.
I do like the practical effect, especially because like with the episode 0 and the beginning of the show when they showed all the robos and everything basically being CG. So I'm kind of glad we got some more physical robo suits in there because I was like, I don't know why. I know why, but I will take physical suits on my kaijus, kaijins, and robos all day over CG.
Especially in like these kinds of shows, it just makes a lot more sense. It feels a little bit more personal when you do have physical suits going at it versus CG. Sure, they can make some more dynamic shots, but
yeah. But then you get some of that King Osher situations towards the latter half of the show, and you're just like,
yeah,
really?
It was great in the early episodes, fantastic in those early episodes, but then the later episodes, and then we don't even talk about the Dombro CG. The Dombro CG was disgusting to the point that they were even like, "Yeah, this is only going to be a 10-second fight because no, you don't want this. I don't want it either." The worst part about the show was just the CG. So, Mark, you got to catch up. So next time we talk Gozuger, you're not holding up the conversation by not watching said show.
Yeah, you'll be that guy in the comment section by saying they had nothing
watch
to the conversation.
I will just watch Gozuger this week. I'll stop watching Gavu. Me and Ash can switch spots.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I need something to do this Saturday. I can watch Gavu. The thing is, I never watched Gavu because I grabbed my wrong hard drive where I put my ticket machine on, and I put it on my work one, like with all my pay slips and backup YouTube videos. I was like, wait a minute, this is the wrong hard drive. I'll switch this over later, and I never got around to it. So I'll have to run downstairs and fix that up.
All right, so real quick before moving on to some other stuff on here, there has been some rumored news. I haven't seen the full details on this, whether or not it's fully legit, but it seems like some information regarding what's going to happen in the Garo 20th has been talked about. Where apparently it's apparently going to be a prequel to the original Garo series, where we follow Koga's dad Taiga and how he got the Garo armor.
Is that okay? So I know because there's like multiple things I saw, and I should have like bookmarked them or took screenshots. But that's I heard something. I didn't hear that fully fleshed out. I just heard that they were going to possibly do a prequel, and I was like, "That's cool and all. I just need to know what merch is coming out." Like, because almost everything except for the two most recent seasons they've done. No, just the most recent one. Everything else has been released on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff like that. So I was like, what else can we we'll just give some toys? I would.
Well, the thing is, depending on what they've got going on for like the 20th anniversary, if it is, I don't know if this is going to be a movie, a mini series, what they're going to do specifically for this. But I mean, I still do like the fact that it would be something related to the original series, because that original continuity, obviously, it's what started the foundations. But
and there's toys coming out.
But obviously, they're gonna have to recast everyone with younger cast members because, of course, Taiga's actor, sadly passed away several years ago. Yeah. And I mean, Gonza's actor, which was the butler. I see some people acting about the butler. Yeah, obviously he's way too old. Because I think the last time I saw him in something, he played. I think he was Santa Claus in Dom Brothers. Was the last time we saw his actor.
Could have swore I saw that they announced one or two figures, and I thought I saved them because I'm pretty sure some figures didn't get officially announced with like the name or release date, but they got shown off in the background of a toy show. And
I mean, look, if they release some more CSGs in the Garo line, I'd be down for it.
I'm not gonna make the joke I want to make, but I feel like you already know from last season, and involves red hair.
Yeah,
and 3 words put together that I can't say out loud.
Sponsored by Tangag.
The CSW, the complete selection waifu. It's autumn. Never mind. I'm not going to go down that road. That's a slippery slope.
And no, the Gooners would have a field day.
Yes, we would.
They would find a way.
I would love a Versus Road season 2.
I haven't seen Versus Road, but the thing is, since this is the 20th anniversary of the Garo franchise, it would make sense for it to be original series related. Maybe when we get to like the an anniversary related to Versus Road, then we'll finally get something for that.
I'm saying you gotta watch. Like a lot of people didn't like Versus Road because there's some wonky CG at the end of the set, but I like the idea of like all these people just battling out to win the golden armor, and it was I think it was only it was 12 episodes. I think I know it wasn't like a full, like it wasn't that long of a series, but it was really good.
Well, I mean, most Garo shows don't pass like the 20-something episode mark anyway.
Yeah, this one was short though. Let me see, because I have it on my hard drive.
Yeah, Orb says it's 12.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna say, I was like, it was quick, and I thought it was really cool. Didn't really care for the CG for how the armor looked at first, but I was like, this, like watching it, you realize this could be a cool video game idea. Like I would play it.
I mean, when it comes to Gundam, its anniversary, that's a whole different thing. I mean, it's Gundam, and I still don't like how their anniversaries haven't been working out the way that I've been wanting, especially since we had the G Gundam 30th anniversary, and I didn't get anything that I wanted from that. Now it's like Gundam Wings, 20th, 30th anniversary, 20th anniversary. I was about to say not 30th. So yes, yeah, the 30th. Fuck, I'm old.
We old.
I remember when it first debuted on Toonami.
Didn't they just remake or remaster one of the Gundam game? But they only put it on Steam and the Switch for some reason. I think it was the Gundam Wing. They like did a remake of like the original game or something.
I think I saw this on my recommended for Steam, but I just went past it because I'm not a big Gundam guy.
I went past it because Digimon Story Complete was on sale for $4.
Oh well, I've got that on Switch. It was on Switch Shop for like $6 the other week before that. But yeah, I got New World Next Door, whatever it's called, for $14.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I have it on PlayStation. I never finished it. I might give it another crack.
Oh, it's no, it was Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny. That's the one that they remastered.
Yes, because they came out with Seed Freedom.
Yeah.
The movie that was in development hell for the longest time. I'm not a Seed fan. So, yeah.
I'm like...
I'll be shocked if they do something for Gundam X next year, because Gundam X is my show.
Won't. Seed, I only was a fan of it because like that's what got a lot of my friends into Gundam. So we were talking about Gundam. I'm like, this is all you got? You like this is your first one? Like baby's first Gundam? I was like, okay. And then but I don't like, Seed is very, I don't want to say overrated. It's
it is. About. Seed and Wing are both overrated shows. Yes. And then the most underrated in the main line, in my opinion, would be X and Age.
Unicorn is the greatest.
No, I said underrated. Oh. I said underrated.
Unicorn is underrated. No one. Every time I talk about Unicorn, people are like, "Oh, I've never seen it," or that one's not good. And I'm like, "It's great. It's goated."
This was my issue with Gundam Unicorn. When they first released it, it was like one episode every 6 months, and then it became one episode every other year. And it took 8 years for us to get everything. And every time they came out with a new one, I was like, done. I forgot what happened last time.
See, I am thankful that I didn't watch it like that. I waited till it was done. But it's actually my favorite. Like I have.
And then they recompiled it and made it into a full like series and shit. Like afterwards.
My only perfect grade I own is Unicorn. Destroy mode. And then I have every master grade, high grade. I have all the 2 SD ones they released. I have 1 perfect grade. I want to get the other 2 perfect grades because we have that flagship Bandai store out here and they have them. And it's big time when there's a briefcase handle built into the box the Gunpla kit is in. That's when it's serious. And I'm like, I need it.
00 Riser, actually 007 Swords is my only PG that I have. So.
I haven't made any.
All right, real quick, squint your eyes. What the fuck is this?
Is that? Oh, I forgot the name. Wait, I have the soda over here. Hold on, because I have the soda for everything. Is that the green bitch dude from the thing?
This is rumored to be a on-set shot of Zetsu, the new Kamen Rider. In a similar way that we get, in a similar way that we got the Gavu shot originally, where it's just the suit actor without the helmet.
Right.
I mean,
I'm here for the green though. The green looks good. Whatever that sash is.
Yeah, it's a lot of green. It looks like undersuit portion here. Got the lines that reminds me a little bit of like the lines from O's. However, the big thing that a lot of people are noticing, and apparently this was part of the rumor mill, is that his belt is on his chest, like one of those belt straps.
A fanny pack?
I mean, I'm used to fanny packs being on the waist, but I guess that's the way New Age.
Nowadays, the cross body strap or whatever they call it.
And the way that this is looking like, it looks like he's got a belt across his chest.
I'm trying to think what joke I want to make, but instead I'm gonna say no one's gonna be able to review and properly try the DX version of that toy when it releases.
Oh yeah, and then I already made that joke on VC. It's like, man, this is gonna suck for a lot of the fan base. They're not even gonna be able to fit into this. I don't even think one belt extender is gonna be enough.
Nah, I mean, torso wide, like I'm one belt extender maybe, unless they do that weird how they've been releasing those high spec belts instead of that are basically like the CSM ones, but one step below. So I'm like,
but even then, since this is going around your shoulder, it would literally need to be more comfortable than because that's a different kind of muscle tissue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, a little bit more tender.
Speaking of stuff fitting, because I've been away. Here's my.
Oh, didn't know where we were going with that.
Oh,
you wanted the semi fist to be Gojuja and the Tegasol.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're pretty short.
Yeah, I got little hands.
I was about to say, what's your height in American?
I don't know.
I was gonna make that Burger King Whopper commercial joke that they did like years ago when he was eating the Whopper.
I don't know, 4 foot.
Like,
I don't know. But yeah, sorry to detract,
really?
but like,
are you really 4 feet?
I don't know. I'm 145 centimeters tall. I don't know what that is in inches in America.
Yeah, let's see. CM.
We're using like fake and magical number systems.
At 145.
Yeah, 145
like 5'1",
centimeters at least. Yeah.
It's like 5'2".
No, it's 4 feet. It's 4.75 feet. So that's
8. Listen, I tried Ash. I was like, yo, he's like 5'2", man. You guys. It's all about
4 foot 7, 7.5 inches.
No, that's okay.
So you are small.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous of the fact that like you don't have to pay someone to 3D print you a goddamn Tegasword to just put on your hand. Like,
no.
I gotta pay like $180 to get a 3D printed one. Because honestly, I don't trust Bandai to make a proper Memorial Edition of that. Because like we talked about, is the Memorial Edition going to transform into the robot, or is it just going to stay in sword mode only? Do you drop the value if it doesn't transform? Like, too many questions.
Yeah.
So of course it fits your hands.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if they fit anybody else's hands.
Mark,
you're getting it right just to scoop out them internals.
Yeah, but I haven't ordered it yet because they're cheap on Buy-E, but whole
yeah.
Because I ordered something and I didn't get charged any fees and it got delivered, so I was like, no fees. I was like, shit, okay. And this is before he dropped it back to 30%. So I was like, I don't know what happened, but I didn't get charged nothing. But I'm waiting because they've been going for they're getting really cheap on Buy for them. Last time I checked, I saw someone selling it without the ring, and I could have bought the candy toy ring for like $2, but without the ring, and it was I think it was like $21. Like, because the Boon Boonger changer was super cheap, and then this one has been really cheap. So I'm wondering if we're gonna just see a trend of where we're not having to pay an arm and a leg for changers, and also I feel like they're making them cheaper and this and that because they know they're gonna sell the Memorial editions.
You know what? I keep looking at this photo and I'm just like, who in 2025 has a camera that takes pictures at this kind of ass quality? Like, did they take this really far away and then just zoom in?
Yeah, like even when you zoom in.
No, you could tell it zoomed in.
But even when you zoom in your phone these days, you get decent quality because I like zooming in when I take photos of like the beach near my house, and I zoom in really far and look at the sunset or the sky.
But this person's using a freaking T-Mobile Sidekick.
They're using flip phones. I think they're still popular in Japan over there.
Yeah, but you know, they reinvented the flip phones. Now they've got OLED flip phones.
They got fancy ones. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how do you get that kind of quality that's on there? I will just say that I feel like the green on like 01 was the last one that we got green on, but he had like that weird neon green situation.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like full on, like this is like jungle green.
I love this green. Like I said, I've got one of my favorite suits. We got Zolda right here. It's such a good green. And this one looks a little darker than that, but I was like, you know what? I still like the green. Green with silver and like copper or gold, yellow or gold is always.
And the thing is, this with the orange, because that looks like it's going to be orange around the belt. That's some good color symmetry we got going on there.
Yeah, especially with the black line, like detail to kind of like break it up and a little bit of lighter. Like it's solid. Like I don't know.
But I can't figure out what motif is or anything like that. Obviously, just because it's chest armor only, most of the motif you would get would be from the head.
Yeah.
But then even trying to figure out what the hell the belt even is, like looking at this low quality, I can't tell if it's like a propeller or something like that because it looks like it's got some sort of like propeller like things from the sides.
Looks like a side profile of a paper swan origami.
It could just be a turtle.
I like turtles.
Let me go harass Stigosaurus really quick.
You're asking me about Kabuto's 20th anniversary, and we were actually talking about that 2 weeks ago. I already mentioned all that stuff, so
yeah, I gotta rewatch Kabuto again because it's been so long.
Just make sure you end it at episode 46.
I know. We don't. The last part doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't talk about those last couple.
I'll put in drive through if you want to watch it.
Oh, you know, yeah, it's on the drive. I know. I need access to that drive, and I don't know if I lost it or I got unlisted. But yeah,
not on the. I'll resend it.
It'd be cool. Then I'd have something to watch on the way to work. But I'm like 6 episodes into Pretty Garden Sailor Moon, and I'm liking it now. Like I think it sold me by like the Ray episode.
Man, I feel like even if I ran this through like an AI upscaler, it would just look like trash.
Yeah,
they wouldn't know what it is.
It's too low of resolution. It would just
upscale trash. The first episode of Power Ranger Reignition is up on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah. So it doesn't look terrible. I think with how they promoted it, it was in a YouTube short, so it was super compressed, and on Twitter and Instagram it was super compressed.
Yeah.
Let me play around. Yeah, let me play around on Twitter. I think someone posted some screenshots with what it looks like. Because they don't have the original masters from what I know of. They don't have the original masters. They're probably gone. Like Saban has them
Yeah,
locked
they're
in a
gone.
basement somewhere, probably.
Hmm.
But I think they're just using whatever was like they've used for the last couple of years. So let me go screen share and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm hoping that the compression isn't crushed as well on here. But yeah,
No, it probably will be.
yeah. I haven't done this in so long. Where is it? Screen share. Window. Window.
Screen sharing. Y'all don't need to see what I'm up to.
Yeah,
Like, why you got so much stuff to buy e-card? Like, why you?
Yeah. Okay,
not
so this is coming from Power Rangers Ranger Center. So basically, I'll read their tweet like I did in my one by saying when they said the recognition episodes on YouTube aren't as bad as they could be. The footage has been smoothed out from the film grain and MPEG 2 blockiness, leaving everything unnaturally flat. So the color temperature has been made warmer, which makes some colors pop a little bit more. So here's the old one from the 90s. You can see that it looks very grainy.
Yeah.
And then here's the remaster. It looks a lot more smoother. You can see on Trini's arm here, like the AI has got its effect because her arm looks like it's been done with a smudge tool here as well.
It literally just looks like freaking you did color correction with noise reduction on it.
Yeah. Or sharp tool. It could have been worse. They could have gave us like the orange brick treatments with Dragon Ball where they cropped it and we lost half the image. Which I think I was scared they would do as well. But here's one with Jason. You can sort of see the pixelness less and the crushness of the his face. And then here's what it looks like. It looks like they've just smoothed it out as well.
And he's probably got some good one-liners too.
So
I'll do like before PP loan fraud and after. That's horrible.
Here's Gao Ranger footage. So here's the Zord, because Sentai footage is old. I guess they filmed on a different camera.
They were using still 80s, the same 80s cameras for Sentai at the time. They didn't modernize the cameras until I think it was like Gao Ranger when they finally when they were like, hey, we got new cameras.
And then Power Rangers made it even worse. You watched Operation Overdrive, where they just cropped all the Sentai footage.
Yes, it was terrible because when they had the 5 shots of them, they were like, smush it together.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't like make it 16:9. I mean, shows back then, like they were airing, like My Name Is L, they would be airing in 16:9. But then you watched it on like a I found this on TikTok. Like if you would watch My Name Is L on like a 4x4, like not a widescreen TV, there'd be jokes they'd make off screen, and then when you watch it on widescreen, there'll be like Randy playing with a sign by saying widescreen is cool or something.
It's almost like Disney just didn't have faith in the format.
Yeah.
Or didn't want to spend the money on Power Rangers.
But where were we?
They used 16mm film, and they used actual 16mm film. If someone could spend the money to get their hands on that 16mm film.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like there's a reason why some IMAX remasters of old films, like there's no. It's like if you still have that film, that is a higher resolution, than HD in general, or even 4K.
Yeah,
but where were we?
If you know how to do it right, it'll be like 8K.
Nope. But where were we? Gao Ranger Zord footage.
That's Gao Ranger.
Yeah. So here's the close up of the Tyranno Zord or Tyranno mech, and then here's what it looks like here. So looks very smoothed out here. Some it looks okay when you look at it some angles, but a lot of people say they probably got this in this is not meant to be watched on a big screen TV. It's probably best to watch this on a phone or a tablet because they're marketing towards that audience.
Well, time to start it up on my 75-inch after the stream. Gotta see how that looks like.
My favorite is it's on YouTube, so it's fair use for reactions.
Hells yes. Not only that, I can actually use it for B-roll footage if I ever want to use B-roll footage for stuff.
Thank you, Hasbro, for not caring about Power Rangers. Because you would never do this with Transformers or G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Speaking of
my logo.
Transformers, I've got the big Transformers IDW hardcover coming in soon.
Did you do the Kickstarter one or the regular? Or no,
No,
the
no,
Kickstarter's not out yet,
no,
right?
yeah, not the so not the Image Comics ones. This is like the Dan Warren one, where it's that brand new run. Yeah, because everyone tells me on YouTube I need to read it and cover it. Speaking of retro, did you read the Captain Planet comic?
Not yet. I don't know. I want to show you guys
issue
this really
one.
quick. So, for Power Ranger collectors out there, Goodwill does auctions on their app, and there is the Zap in Space Megazord for 60 on there right now.
That's pretty good. That's actually pretty
Sealed.
good. That's a bargain. That is a bargain.
I did find some Godzilla stuff on there. There was nothing. Well, obviously not Super Sentai because of Power Rangers, but I did find Godzilla and Ultraman stuff on the Goodwill auctions, as well as randomly someone had what is it called? It was definitely one of the metal here. It wasn't. It was Big Bad Beetleborgs, but then I was like, the figure they had in this with them was also a Gridman one, and I knew it wasn't Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad because the Gridman one they had, I was like, that wasn't released as a US toy. Yeah, I mentioned this auction app also for the sneakerheads out there. There's some Nikes on there, and that's that. I'm just saying.
The Power Ranger sneakers that they did, or different.
No, just in general, because I'm a sneakerhead. Rooney literally will send me links to like sneaker drops and be like, "Yo, you getting these ones?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop 500 on these shoes." And I'm like, I kind of want to try 500 on it. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff on there for toys and stuff. I found there's Gundam stuff on there, so it's like for those of you who want in this economy to find some cheaper Toku related toys to have on display, the Goodwill app is your friend because I bought a lot of stuff on there recently.
Oh yeah. There's like a couple of pawn shops that's like known in Australia. And I look up Power Ranger stuff.
Pawn shops?
Yeah, pawn. Sorry,
Okay,
Australian
I was
accent.
what kind of? I was like, we're talking about
Australian
Toku
accent,
toys,
slow down.
sir. I was just like, I've never been to one of those.
Yeah.
All right, so since Ash made me aware of this, I haven't looked at this yet. The Super Sentai Great Voting that happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I only saw your thumbnail, and I'm gonna assume Gokai Red's at the top. I'm just gonna assume that based off only your thumbnail.
Yeah, so they listed 100 Rangers that fans could vote in, 50 mechs in the top 20 series.
Yeah, so I see this here. Luckily, they got it like closed down, so I have to click to expand it to see who's.
Yeah, but number one will be at the top, so you'll be spoiled right away when you open it up. Unless you want to look at.
You know what? I think I'd probably be more shocked by who's at the bottom than at the top because I'm expecting the usual suspects at the top.
Yeah, and like this is like I know it's like recency biased, and I think a lot of kids also voted in this more than adults. So
because it's like it always got to assume Gokaiger because that's the anniversary show that everybody just be
marvelous.
I wouldn't be surprised if the more recent shows are like in the top like 20s, probably top 10s. At least the ones in Reiwa. So some of my personal like favorites would probably be like well, now going from the recency stuff because obviously Don Momo's going to be on that list, would have to be like Shinken Red, Ryu Ranger, just because of how I know some people love this guy. Time Fire probably up in there.
Do you want to
that's just the top 10? All right, so let's see here. I'll go and
these are the top 10 Sentai heroes.
Oh, number 1 is Shinken Red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zoom in, not on that ad. All right, so we got Shinken Red, Gokai as expected, Don Momo much higher than I thought. Okay, I guess Japan do be loving them some Don brothers. Spider Kuminos. That's shocking to me.
Is it though? Wait, what is it that high? I mean,
he's number 4.
When you listen, we know why anyone votes for anything that has to do with him.
Yeah, it's his mom. They're voting for the mom.
They were voting for the mom.
Always.
Deca Master also surprised that he's number 5. Damn, but that's a goat status right there. Kyoto Red, I do feel that Kyoto Ranger gets a lot of love. I enjoyed the season, but I wouldn't say I'm as hyped about it as some other folks are. But I know that definitely was a child favorite. So of course those kids would be 10 years older now, so they would be like, late teens, early 20s. In terms of that, plus the resurgence when it came to King Oger, so that makes sense. Boone Red, no, boo, no.
Kids probably all voted for Boone Red.
No, it's a bad one. Go down, get away.
Your kids have horrible taste.
Gokai Blue, all right. We got Joe up there, but 2 Gokaijers up in the top 10. All right. I'm actually shocked that it's not the other way, but also that Pat Ren Ichigo is as high as he is, because the Pat Rangers were like a non-factor in that show, and then the fact that he's above Lupin Red, that's crazy. Zen Kaiser, boo, Rainbow Kaito, no, boo. Papiana Oger, all right. I don't think that she's the most fleshed out of the characters when it came to King Oger. Like, Yama would have been my guy. Like, it would be Yama at the top, which he's a little bit right below Black Condor from Jetman, and I'm just like, thinking about this list, I would actually have Black Condor a little bit higher up. Legendary status. Don't forget the bench. The original bench before the Blade bench. It was the Jetman bench. Boone Orange. Boone Violet. What? That man wasn't a thing. How is Boone Violet on this list? Y'all tell me how nothing character Boone Violet is in the top 20. In the top 20. Ain't no way. Recount. Motherfucking count. This is not a real list. This is not a real. It's like, my of the Boom Boomgers, it's just like Joe's that guy. Like, Boom Black's like, how far down is Boom Black? How is Boom Violet higher than Boom Black? All right, now I already have a problem. I have big problems with this list already. No. All right, I'm guessing Gao Ranger's only here because he's the OG, so we got to give him some sympathy votes. And but then Gao Ranger is like 2 spots below him. But I'm like, but that was V3. All right, let me see who in here is also shocked. God, all the Boomgers are just up there, and I'm just like, where the hell is Black and Pink? Black and Pink were like, okay. I guess they came in a package deal on the show, so they're coming as a package deal on here. I don't understand why the Gozugers are part of this poll. Like, they just came out, like people are still getting the feel for them, and they're already on here.
And that one did surprise me with how high they were up there, because they're a very recent show. But then again, I don't know. I'm guessing a lot of majority of kids voted on this poll as well, because seeing how high the other seasons are.
On Fire, Deca Red, Gal Silver, Boom Black's number 30.
30.
30.
I'd put him higher.
I would put him higher than the rest of the Boomgers on here, especially that Violet guy.
He's getting his own origin story.
Oh, hooray. I bet it's going to be a Bundi storyline. It's going to focus majority on Bundi. I'm actually shocked that Go On Red is as low as he is, given how much I think that, Sosuke's got a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's just down that low. Key Ranger, looking at this, not a lot of like the oldest shows that we have gotten on here, besides like the OG, is like Jetman gets the 1, and then everything else seems to be like 2000s and above. It's like Jetman for the 1 entry and Gao Ranger are like the only real oddities so far. All right, now this don't make no sense. All right, so watch Geki Ranger, love Geki Ranger. The fact that the first mention of someone from Geki Ranger is Ryu, the Black Lion. He's not a Geki Ranger. He's not a Geki Ranger. He's on this list. It's number 36. How is Ryu that high? How is he even on this list? Okay, all right. Dragon Ranger, Zoo Ranger. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Geo Rangers on here.
Tanba Yanma is 42nd.
That's a crime against nature.
42nd, right above Ryu Ranger from Die Ranger. And look, we got a trio of goats too far down. We got Tamba Oger, we got Ryu Ranger, we got Gokai Pink at 42, 43, and 44. Nah. I ain't accepting any of that.
Only Sister could have been a lot higher as well.
She could have been.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
You have terrible taste, kids.
Oh, they even threw in Sonoi from Down Bros. I guess technically they became Down Bros at the end, but I'm just like, if we're voting on Rangers, I don't see them and think Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of what they did for this poll. I think, yeah.
Oh my god! All right, let's see. All right, it was more Shinkenger representation. Big one. We got another classic one here at 63. Time Red and Maji Red. Deca Pink so low. Shinken Yellow so low. I guess that. So the lowest rated King Oger is the Boski.
That is a crime. That's the biggest crime.
He's at 72. He's the lowest rated one because Himeno's higher, much higher. But not higher than the other ones. Like
if I knew this was a thing, like with the One Piece selection where people like voted characters like Mayor Whoop Slap as a character and he made it into like the top 10 or Big News Morgans, which look up those characters if you want to. I won't explain what they are. But I feel like we could have made our own YouTube political agenda to push our favorite Sentai characters.
We could have. We could have been campaigning
Yeah,
for
we could have.
for
We
the
could have
proper goats. Man, I'm not liking this list at all. I fucking hate this list.
Jeez.
Let's see. All right, we got some Go Busters down here. Zenkaiser Black is down at 88. But even the Princess Shinken Red is on this list. Like, she barely did much.
Wait, is Shishi 81 or is that 91? Or that's 81. What?
Yeah.
Those whole list out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Deca Blue is 91 though. That's a damn shame.
Mm-hmm. Your new brother's 95.
Oh, and number 100 goes. You know, Alza gets a bad rep. Like, but I mean, at least he made it. There's like what 400 something plus Sentai total, technically, if you're counting individual members.
Yeah. I don't know if they were voting on like suits or characters or their favorite characters from the show.
Yeah.
Like they could have
His
been like
popularity.
yeah.
Go save Red's 100.
But the thing is, it's like based off popularity, and then we got several Go's Users in here, even though the show just started.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean,
it is a lot of recency bias, I will say.
Yeah.
It's either like more recent shows or shows that just recently had an anniversary.
Oh yeah, we should announce.
So they had those specials.
Oh yeah, we should bring that up. They actually announced the fan created Sentai winner, which I think is an Origami Ranger. They mentioned.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Oh, can you send me a link so I can pull it up? Because I've not seen that.
It's not the suit, but it's the doodle that the kid made, or the sketch. Let me find it.
All right, let me see these Sentai Robos. What they got? Oh.
Donaji Taijin.
Dononi Taijin, number 1 Sentai Robo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's three guys I can get behind.
Gokai, all right. The King Oger, I mean, OG King Oger, great, especially in the first half of the show, where you know where he played a major role as a thing that was in that show, and then the second half they were like, King who? Boom Boom Robo should not be on this list at all.
All right, I sent you the sketch that the kid made.
Oh yeah, I just got it. I got the same one.
Here.
Oh, did it freeze, or are you just pulling up the link?
What did I freeze?
No, just weird, awkward silence, dead air for a bit.
Oh no, that was Mark's him muting his mic all of a sudden. So you stopped getting his background stuff.
Okay.
I don't see this being too difficult for them to design in terms of making it into the show proper.
Yeah.
Like that could really work. I was like, that's actually. I mean, I don't know why, but I feel like it would work as like a Kamen Rider gimmick more.
With the origami, yeah, I get that. Like the helm, the visor with what they've drawn does look very Rider-esque, with like the big corners sticking out of the visor. That does.
I was thinking from a gimmick. Yeah, I was thinking from a gimmick standpoint too. Like if he's focused, balanced. When he masters the more harder origami, that's his power up,
This actually looks like it would be pretty cool once it's actually translated to real life.
Honestly, I would take the paper wing things off the back, and it'd be a perfect suit. Like the shoulder spaldrons on there are good.
Well,
cool. Like
they could make it so it spawns for like a flight mode type thing.
Yeah. And also the fact that it was a kid that drew this, but like they perfectly knew how to like break up where the white should be, where the red should be. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Like when I was a kid, I was like, hey, look, I colored in the lines. It's like, yes, you did, but why is the alligator purple? This isn't
Now what I hope that they do, pretty much taking a cue from the suit design of Gavu, is if they make it actually look like it has paper texture, that'd be great.
Breaks off and crumples when you take damage.
Oh, yeah, water would be terrible for this suit. It's like, you found my weakness, rain. I'll see you another day.
This kid even knew for the gimmick and the changer to put the platform like flooring underneath the origami so it would slide into the gimmick properly.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. That does look cool.
This kid's a genius.
Yeah.
Now we put him on a developmental contract. Send him that.
Yeah, they're gonna hire him
for Toku.
All right, let me get mad at some more of these robos over here.
Hey, Boom. I like where Boom Boonger is. Okay, top 5. No. So like, well, I'm considering these based off of their final form when all the ones are added on, like King Oger or the God Extreme Caucasian Castle edition. That's easily top 5. Boom Boonger with the Champions Carrier. Oh, it's nice.
Now for the Sentai robos, are they only judging the base robo, or is there?
That's what I was wondering.
I think so.
That's why I'm saying considering the final, because if we're going base, like King Oger was cool, Boom Boonger looked cooler.
I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, they're putting King Oger 0 on here. Nah, that's cheating. You can't do that. You can't put that in here.
That's a palette swap. It counts. It counts, and it should be higher. Like, wait, hold on. Where's the Gao Ranger Robo?
It was
Why is it?
Gao Ranger Robo is
right here.
Is it?
18.
Yeah. 18.
What? You give it top 20?
And the fact that Boom, god damn, fucking Boom Diesel is here, number 10. This is I don't like that at all.
Wait, if we're doing the Boom Boonger, is that with pink and blue on there, or just the carrot, the regular trailer?
I think it's the mix on its own because
if it's without blue and pink attached, that's just Boondario with a different helmet.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I want to put top 5. I want to put in top 5. What in the world? I mean, so I know some of these just based off of like the American version, and then also
Tarantula Knight I would put above the King Oger 0 because once again that's just a palette swap.
Yeah. So good. Wait, Live Man's not even in the top 20?
44.
They don't.
I want to see what's at the bottom.
They don't deserve this.
Zenkaiju is at the bottom.
I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm okay with that. That's accurate, honestly.
Jet Icarus is 47.
Yeah, that's a crime against nature.
How is Live Man and Jetman not in the top 10? Especially with Live Man, if you go into like the other like the Bison line, the liner Bison liner thing and everything else, like that's even more epic. Like you're gonna make me hate a whole country after this.
They've got some poor tastes in what we got here.
Understatement.
Literally,
Jetman's in the bottom 5.
Like, look, I like Shinkenger, but I don't like Daigoyo as a fucking mecha. Like, it's just a fucking lantern. But it's 38 for some reason.
I've never seen that season. What color is it?
Like, look, this is it.
If it was green, I would have given it.
This is it. This is what.
Oh no, that's cool as fuck. I like that. looks like a can. I know it's a lantern because of paper lanterns with like the accordion thing, but it looks like a can like condensed chicken broth. I like it. I'd put that top 20. I'm gonna do a ranking Robos video. I need some clickbait on my channel. I haven't had any lately.
Ranking Robos and comparing it to the Japanese opinion.
Well, I'm doing a smasher pass gimmicks based off of taste.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have basically almost one of every gimmick from Kamen Rider, so I'm just gonna be like, this one doesn't taste good. I give it a C rank. But then I realized out of context, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I like the Bios 37.
They did put Biorobo with Benjamin.
Look at 35. Look at 35. How was 35?
Galaxy Mega, yeah. I like Galaxy Mega. I don't see any Gao Ranger on here, which is interesting. I don't think any Gao Ranger is on here.
No, it was up higher, I thought.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay, it is up there. Okay.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, come on now. You know, it's a top. It's a top. Down top 15 sounds accurate, actually, because I'm like, I like it, but it's like my nostalgia goggles. So
yeah. Well, I think Christian put it in one of his like live man or one of his videos really well. Like after Jetman, well, leading into Jetman, a lot of the Sentai mechs were really blocky, and then Gao Ranger with its shape and design did kind of change the game with how they were designed after.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think what it on. I like is it Gingayo? Is that what it's called? That's like one of my favorite like mechas. That's like a top 5.
The one from Gao Ranger?
I don't know. Is it Gao Ranger? It's just called
this one?
No. It's like blue. It's like blocky and has wings. I know what you're talking about because that's the Gao King, which is also really good. But is it Gingayo? I'm bad at the name. Let me look it up. I just know because I bought the SMP.
Oh, yeah. You're saying Ginga Man. I haven't seen Ginga Man.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. That's such a good. You should click on it, look at that mecha, and be like, oh, that's a damn good robo.
I know which one you're talking about, though. Yeah, because of course I've seen Lost Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, I bought the SMP for it because I was like,
no, Ginga Man's not on any of this list. Actually, I don't think there was anything Ginga Man even on the Sentai Heroes. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. No. I'm trying to think what the other one was.
Black Knight from Ginga Man made it to the Sentai list. What? No one else.
So it's not because like all on my screen, anyways. Everything's blurry. Where did the Magi King end up ranking?
Magi King.
Top 10.
I don't think it's on this list. No, there it is. Number 16. Okay, yeah, good. Because that's a good suit.
Top 20. Okay, I was like, if that made it like lower, I just wish they would go because like, I wish they would like, if you factored in all the attachments added onto it.
And then he mutes them. So now. Sentai seasons,
like if we counted the auxiliary mechs like attached to it, because like, you know, even though it's not technically, it's like the little turtle one from Gao Ranger with the red one just standing on him. Like that should count.
All right,
out of silence as he pulls up the list.
Let's see. Of course, Go Kaiser's number 1.
Wow.
Why is Boom Boomger number 4? Why is Boom Boomger number 4? Best Sentai season number 4 is Boom Boomger. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Ain't no way.
But they got jackets. I like how you're more mad about that than number 2.
Well, King Oja, look, if you if you disconnect the second half from the first half, peak show. First half, peak show.
Also, the fact that they did have that Sony full green screen room, so it's like they took a big risk with the quality and stuff. So I was like, I respect it.
But it's like King Oja wouldn't be in my personal top 5. Gokaiger, it's nostalgia bait, which is why a lot of people are voting for Gokaiger. Shinkenger, that is indeed a very, very peak show. But the recency bias is definitely showing. We got Down Bros at number 6.
Top 5. Let's go. I've been.
So obviously, if they were ranking this, then that means that if it's top 50, then it's all the fucking Sentai seasons, right? They're all in here.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I wonder what the worst one is then.
Then I'm just gonna go straight to the bottom. Let's see here, and Sun Vulcan, Jetman.
Yeah, Jetman. I didn't
Time
like.
Ranger, Die Ranger.
It's top 20.
Okay,
it's top 20 though, not top 50. I just noticed that. I was like, wait, let's stop.
I was about to fucking kill. if Jetman was number 49 and Die Ranger was 48, I was about to fight somebody for real. I was about to fight someone for real.
No, because that's why I paused for a minute, because I was like, wait, hold on. No, it's 20. Okay, because once I saw Jetman, if that was 49, I swear to God.
No, I would have front hands with someone as well if Jetman was 49.
Y'all would have seen me dip out real quick. I'd be like,
yeah, I would have been the next band streamer in Japan.
I would have hit you guys with a Goku. It's like, see you later.
I would have words to say with the.
All right, so they only
did Vulcan that. Wait, no. What do you mean Sun Vulcan that high?
People say Sun Vulcan's good. It's just like
20. That is not high enough. I put top 15, maybe not top 10.
But even they put Gao Ranger at top 10. And I do think that's mostly just them trying to give Gao Ranger a pass for being the first Sentai. Because it's like, I know from other folks that I watch, it's episodic as all fuck. And it's just like, yeah, it literally just keeps going. And it's just like, it's not an amazing show in the least, but it's apparently top 10. Because we got to give them their props. Here's your props, Pops. You got it.
You go, Grandpa.
Going to Toku, train boner. This is a really interesting list.
Yeah, this is a very weird set of opinion set.
I'm shocked Real Soldier's not on the list. I actually generally am shocked because, dinosaurs, whatnot.
I mean, I'm glad at least Maji Ranger made the list because that's one that I would definitely put up there. But I don't know. I didn't care for Lupat as much. The fact that it's so high as well, I'm just like, eh. I mean, the concept's good, but I didn't like the execution of said concept.
Yeah.
Because it was essentially just a Lupin Ranger show featuring another Sentai team that just happens to be there.
All right. I also have another bit of Power Ranger news about the cancelled Jonathan Entwistle reboot of what we were going to get. I haven't made a video on it yet because I've been.
All right. So this contest consisted of 52.5% male and 41.8% female voters. In addition, the majority of the voters were around the ages 20 to 30 years of age.
I mean, that makes sense with what's on the list here.
I mean, yeah, the majority of them would have been kids when most of these shows came out.
Yeah.
With, of course, the recency bias still being there for some of these. But still, I'm just like, well, with that age range, still, how does Gao Ranger make it that high? As well as Sun Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's a little confusing on that front. Oh, there was the Kamen Riders have one too. Was that recent? Oh no, this was old. Oh, there's no recent one. This was 2021. Nah, I don't care. Actually, let's take a look real fast. This is 2021 anyway. Wouldn't have anything new, so we don't have to worry about the opinions of Geets and Gotchard. Like, I don't want, if they pull out this list for Kamen Rider and Gotchard's in top 5, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna do nice things. I'm not gonna do any nice things.
You guys understand? He's gonna eat a loaf of bread with no water in one sitting.
Like, let's see, series Dano number 1. Fuck out of here.
Good job. Good job. There's no Gotchard. Oh, that's right. It wasn't. You bet if it was Gotchard.
It's 2021.
I know. That's why I said I'm glad, because if it was Gotchard, I would eat a whole entire jar of mayonnaise, like with a straw. Wait, never mind. A spoon. Dano, I'm shocked actually. I wouldn't put that in the top 10. Double being second makes sense. O's, of course. This is actually kind of a predictable list.
I mean, Gaim's in 12. You must be happy. Yeah.
I know it's too.
Yeah, but it's right next to Blade.
Oh,
I know. Wait. Oh, I remember when this happened, because me and Kaiju Karo were losing our shit on social media when they announced the results, because all we cared about was Blade beat Gaim.
Maybe this is the start of your gimmick arc, like not your gimmick, your villain arc, where you don't like Gaim. I think this is where the villain arc started.
It was a little bit before that. Yeah, no, that's when I ramped it up to the point where I started getting threats in my DMs.
I hate that some of these movies beat out shows. Like Real Time, A to Z. What? Okay, all right.
Why are movies on here?
That doesn't. How was the ranking then? Like, that doesn't make any sense then.
Yeah.
Well, because it's series and movies in terms of how they were ranking all of this.
That's dumb.
Missing Ace should be in there.
Yeah, I think movies just shouldn't count, because you can digest a movie in one sitting versus, a whole show. They should have been their own category.
So it's kind of blurry. Is Hibiki 24th? Is that?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And you know what? ZO is 22nd. Right next with Decade.
I don't want that.
And apparently the only thing, and Kabuto's like slightly above Decade in ranking, and I'm just like, what?
Forze's not even on, or Forze's way too low. Ghost isn't even on the list.
Yeah.
So obviously they didn't ask the right people, honestly. V3 should be higher. V3 should be like almost top 10. Maybe like 12th above Gaim.
Actual writers, Deno. Oh my god, it's almost following the same formula as the series. Deno's number 1, then Double, then Kuga, then O's. Fies is number 5. He's number 5. They made it happen.
2 on the nose for that.
They made it happen.
They did the thing.
He was actually first, and they're like, "Nah, we gotta put him on 5th."
Now we gotta make sure that man gets number 5.
I don't like those 2-3 builds in a row. That kind of bothers me.
Yeah, back to back too. That's crazy.
Like, I don't see Blade yet.
How is Kabuto so low in terms of like series, but then like the writer is like, no, that's number 6. I mean, that is peak suit. That is a nice suit. That's a sleek suit.
Yeah, it is a good suit. That red on there with the black. It's a good suit.
Let's see.
E3 should be higher.
Let me see where your Ghost ranks up on these guys.
Is that Blade at 29th? What 25th?
25th.
That's way too low.
Right below ZO.
Oh, that's
And Garen's 36. And Chalice is 33.
Hey, 3 of them on the list. I don't see any Gaim yet on there. I don't see no Fruit Samurais. I see no Gaim on there. Trash.
If you control
Zangetsu's 43.
Nah, it doesn't even count. So far down the list, it doesn't even count. After that's a participation trophy for the list.
Well, recency bias definitely then, because Saber was down here at 58, and this would have came out right when Saber was out. But the fact that Super 1 is so low at number 60, it sucks.
Well, also, if it's just base, well, no, because that's just the base form that high. I'm surprised if the show was just coming out, they probably didn't get like Emotional Dragon and Elemental Dragon yet. Oh, another Saber.
They were ranking music. Okay. Let's see.
Ghost at 69. Ghost is one of the best, like.
Okay, I can understand that one, but why is Beetle one number 2?
Anything Goes, number 3. That's a bop. I like Anything Goes.
I like Party. I do like Climax Jump. I do like Double Boiled Extreme. Climax Jump liner form. Also like it. Justifies number 8. Okay. All right. Time Judges. All right. Number 9. Elements. It's 10. The better song of Blade.
True. That intro on it is just.
Let's see. Is Round 0 on here? Where is Round 0?
Yeah,
which one was Round 0 for?
It's number 40.
Blade. Okay, that's not bad because it's catchy until you get to like the end. But Elements being that high up, that makes me happy. Even though I don't disagree with most of this because like Excite is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't see it. Control F. Dragon's Road is not on here. Rig list. Justifies is number 8, but we don't have Dragon's Road.
Well, at least we have Elements.
Full Force is at the bottom, number 50. Right below Nobody's Perfect, which I actually do really like that song, but I think his better song was One World from the Kabuto film, which I don't even think is on this list. It is not. Oh, and this is 2021, and Live Devil is already on this list. It was number 19. Okay. All right. That's rage bait. Supernova's too low. That thing's 26 down there. Armor Zone's also too low. I liked Armor Zone a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Amazon's. Let's see. Almighty's too high. It should be lower.
What? It's not that bad.
Compared to some of these other songs, yes.
You get stuck in your head and you're just like,
Almighty? No, it does not.
Come here.
All right, that's enough rage-inducing stuff with these polls that I completely disagree with. Now, here's hoping that they do put out Here's hoping that they put out a Kamen Rider one soon, so I can completely lose my shit at how high Gotchard's going to be.
It's like number 1 Gotchard, number 2 Geats. Different characters is just going to be like all the.
The best rated writer is just like Gotchard's like a top 5, something like that. followed by Kamen Rider Valverade, and then Majade. And then I'm just kind of being like, no. They'll throw in Kamen Rider Zane as seen in Gotchard.
Legend will be on the list.
Yeah, they'll throw in like all of the writers. They'll throw in, it's Kamen Rider Deno, but gorgeous form. So it's the Legend variant. I swear I will lose it.
All the Legend variants show up.
Yep, they're all there. They beat out their original selves. It's just like, yeah, but the gold actually does something to it. It accentuates the details.
And it's one ahead, so it'll be like regular Deno at like 1918 will be the Legend version, so it's one after the other. It's like you son of a bitch.
Yep. Oh my god, that was a list, all right. This is recency bias is all fucking get out on this shit. I still don't understand some of these like Sentai Robos though, just because it was pretty varied on a lot of those. I'm wondering if they showed them like if they had like all the Sentai mechas on like a sheet or something, and they were like, pick one, like arrange these from best to worst, and then we'll go by rules of averages, and then go from there. God, if Kamen Rider Wind made that list of top Kamen Riders, or they put best Kamen Rider songs, Wind's theme as number one, I'm like, that literally appeared in the final episode. Y'all gave this man a whole fucking theme song, and he only showed up like in 3 episodes, and one of them was the final episode. God. I'm also surprised they didn't do a Sentai music one, but I guess more seasons, more music.
Yeah.
They'd have to probably limit it to just theme songs. Because all those Robo themes and shit, some of them be hitting.
Yeah.
All right. Did anything cool happen in Power Ranger news besides those the enhanced things?
There's like comic stuff, like Reader's Rewind is getting a one-shot in August.
Same.
They're doing a third sequel for Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But Jonathan Entwistle did a Reddit MMA and discussed what his plans would have been for his reboot that never ever came out. I'll just pull it up now. So
I mean, it's possible to just say anything, after it doesn't get greenlit.
Yeah.
I also thought his original plan, I thought that was like already like out in public knowledge, because I could have swore we already knew about that.
He said things, but I think because he did a Reddit AMA, whatever it is.
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything. He went into full details for it. So I'll screen share that now and go boop. Screen
I like he's doing it for the Karate Kid movie, right? And he's just getting ass Power Ranger stuff.
So
let's see. From as early as 2018, I'd created an entirely new universe for Power Rangers, kind of a multiverse. It was very fashionable back then.
Style at the time, like an onion on the belt.
I wasn't doing MMPR specifically, but Tommy Oliver was the center of the world. All the mythology was surrounding him being one of the most important people in the universe. I hate it already. Because we all know what he would become. So it would basically be a time-bending, huge story about stopping Dragon from taking power over everything. The TV series had kind of a cool King Arthur vibe. That was but I thought originally they said that they were trying to make something original, but this sounds like they're just trying to take the plot from the comics and just give it some more, like, just
basically.
Yeah,
that goes completely against what they were saying when people were asking for Power Rangers stuff. It was like, how about something completely new?
Well, don't forget, he's not pitching just one idea. You know, they're pitching like 5 or 6. I assume this is just one of them. You know.
Mhm.
Let's see. That was the angle, more mystical, magical to start off. Jenny Klein, who was writing that show, also came up with a very, very cool idea for sentient colors. Okay. But alas, it never went anywhere, which sucks. I would have loved to have made that universe a reality. I don't think I would have been a fan.
Yeah, no one's a fan of
But
this
there's
idea.
also like JDF also like at a Comic-Con Q&A, he brought up something very similar where he was like, you know, do a live action show, you know, revolving on Draken, and he said most of the, you know, older MMPR actors who would be older in the different universes are still around, and you have the younger, you know, cast recently. They could be, you know, the newer Rangers in this, and he's like, you could even do cartoons for it, so you don't have to, you know, do all the acting and stuff, but all of us are still around to do the voices. And he even talked about a Tommy thing where it's universe hopping and that. So it's basically the Lord Draken. It is 100% the Lord Draken comic. When it's instead, it's like following someone trying to stop him through time.
Yeah, I guess. I guess steer him towards the path of being, you know, righteous as opposed to corrupted or power hungry.
Yeah, I get the sentiment of where he's coming from with this idea, and everyone being there's a lot of people being like, oh, you know, there's more Rangers than just Tommy, this and that. It's like, yes, but how many of them return? How many of them were that popular ever? Let's face it, he's the most popular. Who's gonna bring in the older adults who remember Power Rangers but stopped watching to bring their kids to go watch something that's Tommy related because it's Tommy? Like,
but I feel like originally when this was going to be like a Netflix production and shit like that, and people were like talking about reboots of MMPR, he was just like, how about something completely original? And I'm like, but from this, you're still using MMPR as the basis.
Yeah,
this is,
you know what changed
like
it? Cosmic,
like the fuck?
Cosmic Fury came out, and then they're like, oh, you guys aren't allowed to do original. Netflix like, yeah, this is the original you wanted to come up with, and you want it. No. Think y'all got any more of that Sentai footage we can use?
But yeah, that I was hoping for something good that you were gonna share, but that just sounds awful.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good thing.
I'm like, good, dodge the bullet on that one.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. We dodged a big bullet on that one.
I don't know. I think if it was written well, good cast, directing was on point. And if they want to make a King Arthur-esque, we have to have one of the best King Arthur film-related directors, Guy Ritchie, even though no one watched that film and no one liked it. But, like, I could see it working. But, like, when you see it in such a small synopsis space, it's like, that's right. But like, fleshed out, it could work. And let's face it, like I said, Tommy's, everyone remembers the Green Ranger or the White Ranger. No one remembers, okay, who was this other random season's blue or red? It's like he's always been the face of that brand. He is basically the Mickey Mouse to Disney that he is to Power Rangers. So it's like, even if it wasn't JDF, just the name Tommy and the Green Ranger or the White Ranger alone, people are going to reminisce, be like, oh man, I remember the Green Ranger. I remember the White Ranger.
That's the only thing people
I can see why.
Is Green with evil.
You want to do something. Yeah, you want to do something. You want to do something original. It's like, okay, who the Power Ranger adult Power Ranger fandom like numbers are very small in retrospect, because the people who check out YouTube content and nostalgia stuff for Power Rangers, the casual fans, they're still not in the fandom. They're just like, oh, they see the thumbnail. I remember this show when I was a kid. I'll watch it, kind of like, you know. So I don't think original would work. I think maybe he just meant original from a story standpoint, not cast.
But even then, they're still borrowing elements from the comics. A lot of elements.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then if they do Draken, Kyle Higgins get that paycheck because he created the character. So, you know, put that into a Radiant Black animated series, hopefully.
I want that. Are we getting Cal as Radiant? No, Cal is an animated series or something, or Cal is doing something. I know they're doing the audio.
Something. I don't know why.
I know they're doing the audio.
They're doing No One, I think.
Oh, no one.
No one.
Okay.
I think it was.
Yeah. I know they're doing, and they're doing the audiobook for
That
Radiant
was supposed to
Black.
get a movie too. That's supposed to get a movie also. No one is.
Yeah. Something
I
is killing
remember.
the children. It's not Ryan or Kyle's thing, but something is killing the children was
No,
meant to get a
Tinian.
Netflix series.
Tinian.
Tinian, yeah.
Yeah, that's from
Which is,
Tinian.
I tried reading his new series. It's very word
Yeah.
heavy.
He's like,
Yeah, and y'all
These
completely
words.
lost me. I am like, these are words that have meaning to them. I just don't know them yet.
I still feel like we need to get Zio on the
They're in a
read
specific
Radiant Black
order.
train.
I think you'd get into it up until the Catalyst War. I don't know if this restart that's going on right now will. I don't know. It's good, but it's like something's missing.
I've read issue. I think it's because I used to read Radiant Black in trade most of the time, not in month to month. And Rogue Sun hits different month to month. But I read issue 34. Ryan sent me an early copy, and I'm waiting on the big reveal of who the villain is, and I can't wait.
I haven't read mine. I got the box over there because they send me them, and I get
He'll
like
just
them
send-
a couple weeks before they come out.
Yeah, no, he'll just send me a PNG or like a Dropbox, and I'll quietly read it in the corner.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that covers everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no other news. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like,
weird.
I mean, we managed to squeeze out 2 hours out of it, so
yeah.
works.
Yeah, so I'm kind of mad about this tariff situation. I'll say the word tariffs. They're bullshit. So I made last time 2 weeks ago we talking, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm doing some research. I did a deep dive into tariffs, right? And then I went to multiple online retailers, Hobby Link, buy in another one. I was like, let me make some purchases. I'm gonna do a whole deep dive video about tariffs and Toku toys, like the best way for you guys to kind of like not have to overpay on stuff. Then they changed the percentage down. And now I'm like, okay, everything I just did in this video that's number related, boom. And then I realized it's not evergreen content. So now I have 90 days, well, technically 80, 78 days. I'm going to redo the whole video over, order new stuff, because why wouldn't I? In Toku debt. And then I'm going to do the video again. It's stupid.
I'm still like, this is gonna end up being like the lowest amount I've spent in a year when it comes to Toku toys, unless something changes at Ranger Stop in like 3 weeks. That I'll be like, God, I gotta buy this now. It's right here in front of me. Is that before or after tariffs? Like that type of shit. So
we're 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I haven't.
Two more weeks till the Switch too.
I know that's going to be a stream in which we're just going to be like ignoring everyone and just being like, we're just going to play Mario Kart in the background.
I have a doctor on my second monitor.
No, Mario Kart's just going to be going on in the background during that stream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it's like, welcome to the Mario Kart stream, guys. We're just going to be out here playing Mario Kart. Hopefully, no news happens, and then it turns out that all the leaks happen for Kamen Rider and shit.
I don't think I'm going to be here that Friday because Money in the Bank. No, Money in the Bank Saturday. Never mind.
Yeah, Money in the Bank Saturday.
Plus, I mean, Switch 2 comes out on a Thursday, so we would already start getting acclimated to the system. So yeah, it works out. We'll see. It'll be a weird back-to-back streams because it's like next week would be birthday stream for me on that Friday, and then the following week would be like, oh, here we go. We got we got Switch 2, and then the following Friday, I don't know if I would have the resources capable because of hotel Wi-Fi to actually be able to stream from Ranger Stop because I'll be there in Atlanta. Yeah, so it's gonna be a weird 3 weeks for this.
Oh, absolutely.
We shall see, but otherwise, Ash, what you got to promote?
You can find me over at Deoxy360 on YouTube.com, Twitter, everywhere else, Blue Sky, Instagram, stuff like that. What have I got to promote? Let me just pull up my videos now. I won't promote some of the latest stuff I've been doing, but go check out I guess my reviews on Go Juja and Go Loser Ranger. I feel like they're underrated, and I'm the only one. I feel like I'm the only one talking about Go Loser Ranger.
I didn't know it was still going on. So
it would split up into seasons. So they had season 1, took a year off.
Yeah.
God,
it's
I
like
hate
the
when these
second
shows
course.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was up to date on the manga, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch the anime until the anime is
Yeah.
completely done.
Right. I might jump into the manga after this season because the pacing feels a little bit slowish. But Go Lilo Ranger is great.
Oh,
Like
it's
the
better
latest
than
episode was really great. But also read my review or check out my review on the new Captain Planet reboot. That's really interesting. But also check out my review on the Supermassive stuff as well.
Cool. Mark, what you got?
Crippling anxiety, marijuana.
So
I haven't. I just did my review earlier, like late last night for Gavu. It's been a slow candy toy year because of the release date of everything. The second mini plot for Gozuja comes out next weekend. We still haven't gotten the actual figures out yet, so I might supplement that with some SMP mechas to put together. I don't know. That's about it. I'm gonna start streaming video games on YouTube because I need to motivate myself to finish my games I keep buying, or at least start playing them. So I'm gonna.
I barely finished Xenoblade Chronicles X as well because that's
I haven't finished it yet.
I want to play.
I still haven't
Oblivion
finished
came out. I'm on chapter 4 still. That's the thing. I still haven't got on my screen, whatever it's called yet. That's how, because I've been busy with work, and also Mark found out I hacked my Nintendo 3DS, so I've been playing around with that.
I saw that.
Played
I
Yoko-
commented that. I
played
saw
Yoko
that. I was
Watch.
like, oh.
I played Yoko Watch free and Professor Layton as well, so I've been doing that.
Cool. Outside of anything else,
I was distracted by your screen.
Oh, yeah,
wait! I just realized you got the arcade out. What the fuck? You replaced with a cabinet.
Well, no, it's still back there.
Yeah, it's pushed back. Oh, that's right. You weren't here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got that whole new shelf that I've stuffed so much in there. So
that's pretty cool. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's still back there. I just had moved some stuff. Like my second mannequin is next to the other mannequin over there on that side, but it's like half naked because I got parts all over the floor for that cosplay, just trying to get it all done and stuff.
I'll probably do
obviously,
rearranging.
Yeah, shelf.
So,
God,
I'm tired of looking
is that
at
a waifu statue on your shelf? I'm talking to you, Zio. Right there, behind the manga book and DVD. Is that a waifu? I can't tell because everything's blurry.
Wait,
I've had this one for a while.
You mean mine?
Aguilera.
No, okay. I was like,
this is mine. I think you meant mine. What you meant mine?
Oh yeah,
I thought you bring a waifu over. I thought waifu statues and
he's like, Moro's my waifu. What are you talking about?
My waifu. I got this in Bali. I got a bootleg Moro figure. I paid too much for this, but I couldn't pass on it. I mean, I ordered a waifu statue. I ordered a waifu statue last night because Angel Grove Collectibles is doing. If you buy stuff, you got the winning to win $1,000. And I bought like a Mirko statue from My Hero, so I bought the bunny girl.
Maniculture. Most of mine are My Dress Up Darling or quintessential quintuplet related.
See, I hear the word My Dress Up Darling and I feel weird by not knowing what the series is about.
I don't. I got the whole entire manga set right there with some Nendoroids and some statues. And that shelf is right next to the TV, which we sit on the couch and watch the TV. So she's sitting next to me looking at those waifu statues.
Because I know Australia's banned.
Assert my dominance and my waifus. I shouldn't have them. Oh, Vero, it's a comic book. It's a Captain Planet comic book.
Well, and although I haven't been keeping up in the YouTube space, I'm still active on Twitch.
You were probably in like a month or two.
It doesn't matter. Like Cloudy paid me $350 on Twitch. I'm like, you know what? The pennies that I make on YouTube with all the hours of work I put into it, but for this man being petty for one day, giving me more money than YouTube's paid me out in a whole year, I was just like, all right, I don't care. Let me focus on this other stuff. But yes, no, we still do the watch parties on Twitch, and then on Discord, we sometimes just be watching stuff on there. I know that they're doing a Marvel Mondays where now they're watching all the Marvel films on Monday nights. in the lead up to everything else going on. And I've just been streaming 90s anime. We just finally finished Fushigi Yugi after 3 years of taking our sweet time with it. Jeez. And we started watching Flame of Recca, which is another good.
I saw that last night. I saw you guys in
Yep.
there, and I was like, I'm gonna jump in, but I don't know what episode he's on. I'm gonna step.
But the other day we were talking about a specific J drama that I saw. Like, obviously, we just finished watching Densho Toku, but I was thinking of another J drama that featured several Toku actors in a very weird setting. And I was like, I watched this back in the day, but I wonder if I could find it. And I found a dead torrent for it. And surprisingly, even though I've been trying to download it for like 2 weeks, it finished earlier today. So I've now acquired all the episodes to Princess D.
Oh, God.
So you got some familiar faces in there, don't we? We definitely got some familiar. So I'll give you the concept of this drama is considering that this is an all boys school, but they decide that they need some cheerleaders, some idols in their school. So they pick the prettiest guys and dress them up like like maids. And they are the female cheerleading squad, which leads to some BL moments. Okay. Y'all know. So obviously we got a Zero Gnosis actor in there. We got Ray from Garo. We got the main character from Shin Ultraman down in the bottom center over there. We got Ultraman Orb. He was also the guy was also Kai in Deno, which Deno is here as well. So it's like, look, it's a cavalcade of faces out here doing the do. Yeah. So I'll be streaming that on the Discord server eventually as well. Now that I've attained all the episodes for the show, so nice. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Anyway, I think that's it. We managed to still cram 2 hours and 7 minutes into this stream, even with the low news, but a lot of it was rage-inducing because Moon Violet got so high on a list he shouldn't be on. But otherwise, that's it.
Keeps freaking me out. I forgot that I got a new camera stand, so I'm just like saying, I'm like, the fuck is this thing right here? The edible kicked in a while ago, by the way.
All right, but that's it. We'll catch you all next time. Until then, bye.
Bye.